Hello, everybody. Welcome. My name is Zach Parrish. I'm the Programming and Partnership Coordinator here at the Bexley Public Library. Thank you all for coming out, braving the traffic and closed roads and construction and everything. We really love seeing you all here. For those joining online at home, thank you for joining as well. You're missing out on the cookies and lemonade, but we welcome you all the same. For tonight, if you haven't been to one of the Third Thursday concerts, we're going to, the featured guest, who I'll introduce in a second, will play for about 45 minutes. We'll take a quick 5-minute break, help yourself to cookies, lemonade, and then we'll be back up on stage and shortly after with our host, Parker MacDonell. I also want to give a big thank you to Six String Concerts who are sponsoring this series. So a big thank you to the Six String Concert Series. Yes. Our featured, or our guest artist tonight is Jasey Schnaars, who is a Grammy-nominated ASCAP award-winning, internationally acclaimed singer-songwriter from Central Ohio. He has written chart singles for Eddie Rabbitt, the Washington Squares, the Kansas City Jammers, and many more. Please join me in welcoming Jasey Schnaars.
Thank you. I can't wait for Saturday night. I can't wait to be holding you tight. I can't wait to know there's nothing that I'd rather do. Spend Saturday night with you. Monday morning, just an uphill climb, always brings me down. And if you got a cure for Tuesday, won't you pass that stuff around? Round about Wednesday, then I'll start to thinking Thursday will never come. And then Friday morning, I can feel my motor start to hum. And I can't wait for Saturday night. I can't wait to be holding you tight. Can't wait to know there's nothing that I'd rather do. Spend Saturday night with you. I wake up on Saturday morning and I start to pace the floor. Sun ain't even in the sky and I can't wait no more. Thinking about you and me and my Mercury with the full moon up above. I got one hand on the steering wheel and the other hand in love. And I can't wait for Saturday night. I can't wait to be holding you tight. I can't wait to know there's nothing that I'd rather do. Spend Saturday night with you. Sometimes a minute can last a lifetime. Sometimes that clock don't tick at all. Sometimes time goes by so slowly I could scream, and all this waiting around in the middle of the week is driving me up a wall. I can't wait for Saturday night. I can't wait to be holding you tight. Can't wait to know there's nothing that I'd rather do. Spend Saturday night with you. I can't wait, I've been waiting too long. Can't wait, my love's too strong. Can't wait to know there's nothing that I'd rather do. Spend Saturday night with you, darling. Saturday night with you, sweet mama. Saturday night with you, baby. Saturday night with you. Come on. Thank you. I want to thank Parker for inviting me out here tonight, man. It's a nice treat. I'm very flattered and very grateful to Zach for being here and taking care of me. So I was telling some of the guys earlier that I recently got to dig through a bunch of old things because we were moving stuff around in the house, and I came up with about, oh God, I don't know how many old recordings from 40, 50, 60 years ago. And with the software available these days, you can take old recordings and make them sound absolutely fabulous. So I did that, and I've now got a collection of over 40 songs that represent 60 years of writing love songs for that young lady right there. And yeah, I started chasing her when I was 12. Didn't get a kiss till I was 14. Didn't get to marry her till I was 21. But man, I'm the luckiest human being in the history of the universe. And this is one of the many of those 60 years of love songs. I got my car out in your drive. I'm wondering if you wanna take a ride. You know I need you, darling, by my side, that's all. Your call for the long haul, for the long haul. There may be treasures out there, wait and see. And we'll find pleasures, darling, you and me. We'll take whatever measures we must take to ensure we can make it for the long haul. I want you for the long haul. I'm in it for the long haul. Baby, for the long haul. And there'll be times we might take a wrong turn or two. Well, that's true. But we'll be fine just as long as I'm with you for the long haul. I want you for the long haul. I'm in it for the long haul. Baby, for the long haul. Thank you. So there was one wonderful day, long time ago, where Mr. Eddie Rabbitt was kind enough to take one of my songs and write it up the charts on the Billboard Country singles. And that was back in the day when they actually paid songwriters ridiculously well. And as a school teacher working in a very poor district, I was delighted that he was so kind. But even though it was an Eddie Rabbitt tune, it's yet another one of the 60 years of love songs. They sing about it on the radio, it's all that you ever hear. Some people, they just never get enough. And like nothing else I have found, it can pick me up or knock me down. Oh, no, ain't nothing like love. Now lots of people try lots of things to give their hearts a thrill. And pretty soon they'll always give them up. So many ways of feeling good, but nothing like you know you should. Oh, no, no, ain't nothing like love. And love puts a smile back on my face when I've been worried. Love lets me know that I'm alive and in no hurry. There's nothing like falling in love. Nothing like it at all, don't you know? Nothing like falling in love. Nothing like falling in love. So every day I fall in love again, I just can't help myself. I see her smile and I kiss my heart goodbye. And when things go wrong, she gets me right. Never in fear on a hot summer night. Oh, no, no, ain't nothing like love. And love puts a smile back on my face when I've been worried. Love lets me know that I'm alive and in no hurry. There's nothing like falling in love. Nothing like it at all, don't you know? Nothing like falling in love. Nothing like falling in love, no. Nothing like falling in love. Nothing like it at all, don't you know? Nothing like falling in love. Nothing like falling in love. Oh, no. Thank you. You all are wonderfully kind, and I'm grateful. So there was a time when our youngest daughter was a wee little thing, probably 4, maybe 5. And I had planned to take her someplace, just the two of us. It was going to be a great world-class father-daughter bonding moment. I was going to win Dad of the Year trophies and the Dad of the Year championship belt. It was going to be awesome. She lasted about 5 minutes. And she looked up at me and she said, "Dad, I want to go home." And I was crushed, you know. I mean, my trophy's gone, my championship belt gone, everything gone. I looked down and I said, "Jasey, why do you want to go home?" She said, "Because that's where the love is." So that's where I wrote this song. But about 20 years later, I figured out what she really was talking about is that's where Mom is, you know. But this is a song that's been covered by a bunch of different people in a bunch of different circumstances. And I was talking to some of the guys earlier about how when you get a song that somebody else picks up and runs with, you never know what's going to happen to it, you know. It's out of your hand. They're like children, you know. You raise them as best you can, and then you turn them loose. And, you know, God. And this is a song that's been done some rather unusual ways, but you know, that's what happens. Well, the house that I grew up in wasn't much to look at, or one of those prefabbed beauties they stamped out after the war. But we always seemed to have a happy crowd around the table. And my mama used to say to everyone who gathered there, "We got love in this house. That's all that matters. We got love in this house. More than enough. We got love in this house. And no matter where you've been, you're welcome to come in, 'cause we got love." Now this old house we live in now, it won't make better homes and gardens. We got bargain basement furniture and cracks in half the walls. And the floors are always cluttered up with dogs and cats and children. Drive some people crazy, but we don't mind at all, 'cause we got love in this house. That's all that matters. We got love in this house. More than enough. We got love in this house. And no matter where you've been, you're welcome to come in, 'cause we got love. And it's all that I can do to keep it heated in the winter. And if it weren't for weeds, I know I'd have no lawn at all. But we always seem to find these friendly faces in the kitchen. And there's kids out in the yard there, and they're having a ball. And that's our church on down the road there. Well, it's no cathedral, got no pictures in the windows, and the carpet's getting frayed. But you ought to see the way my neighbors packed that place on Sunday. You ask any of them why they came, and this is what they'll say. We got love in this house. That's all that matters. We got love in this house. More than enough. We got love in this house. And no matter where you've been, you're welcome to come in, 'cause we got love. You're welcome to come in, 'cause we got love. Thank you. There's a recording studio here in town, not too far from here. Music hall studios. It's been around a long, long time. And I first got into music hall back when I think the biggest piece of equipment anybody had in this town and in this state was probably a 4-track recording. You know, now it's unlimited. But in those days, 4 tracks was all you needed. And in fact, I think we were actually in music hall when the 8-track machine finally showed up. It was a big deal. But there was a wonderful audio engineer there named Robin Gulcher, who is still alive and well and fully functional here in Columbus. Fabulous guy. And I was in there with a drummer from the Kansas City Jammers and another friend of ours doing this record on just for giggles, because they had a deal where you could spend a little bit of money and they'd put a record for you. And Robin was so great. We did this song, and he's mixing it, and he says, you know, I can get this on the radio. And I thought, get out of here. And he says, no, man, I can get this on the radio. And we're like, whatever. You know, you want to get it on the radio and knock yourself out. Well, by God, he did. And it did really well. And I was just starting out as a student teacher, teaching 9th grade English in Marion, Ohio. And I want to tell you right now, it is really easy to teach 15-year-olds when you got a record going up the charts. That's a fact. And I was sorry, I was hoping Robin would be here because he's just great. But I'm going to do this for Robin because God love him, man. It's called Sing Me That Rock and Roll. Oh, yeah. And in the second verse, I make rather cryptic allusions to some of the bands that really turned me on when I was young. And for those of you that are into musical trivia, you can try to figure out who I'm talking about. And I'll even do it twice so you can hear it and see what you come up with. Well, my mama, she just holds her hands up to ask her good Lord why. And my papa, he hangs his head like he's gonna cry. 'Cause I was born in the month of May, on the morning of the 19th day. And when the gypsy lady saw my hand, she said, I was born to be a rock and roll man, a rock and roll man. And I grew up with Phil and Don, fell in love with Paul and John. I knew Roger when his name was Jim. I danced to Brian and the boys and the steamroller noise and the hero of the devil's hymn. They told me, sing to me, baby. Sing to my soul. Sing to me, mama. Come on, sing me that rock and roll. I grew up with Phil and Don, fell in love with Paul and John. I knew Roger when his name was Jim. Oh, wait a minute. Hint. I danced to Brian and the boys and the steamroller noise and the hero of the devil's hymn. Sing to me, baby. Come on, sing to my soul. Sing to me, mama. Oh, Lord, sing me that rock and roll. Sing to me, baby. Sing to my soul. Sing to me, mama. Sing me that rock and roll. Rock and roll. Rock and roll. Come on. Now, some of those were probably easy. I grew up with Phil and Don. You guys are awesome. I fell in love with Paul and John. Here's a hard one. I knew Roger when his name was Jim. Say again? Jim McGuinn. Of the Byrds, after their second album, he went to see an astrologer who said, you know, you'll be much more successful if you change your name to something beginning with an R. And he thought seriously about Rocket for a while, but then settled on Roger. So God love you, the man right back there knows it all. I danced to Brian and the boys. Very difficult one, but there's two possible answers. And the steamroller noise. The steamroller noise. What? Who do you got? Boom! When Stephen Stills and Neil Young were in LA, having just rolled in from Canada, trying to figure out what to name their band, they were in a laundromat in Los Angeles. Traffic stopped out front, and a big flatbed truck stopped right in front of the laundromat with a big Buffalo Springfield steamroller on it. And that's where they got the name. And the hero of the devil's hymn. I didn't do a very good hint here. That's right, Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones. You all guys are fabulous. All right, let's do something different. Now, most songwriters will tell you that whenever they write something, they want people to like it. It's reasonable. I wrote this song hoping somebody would hate it, because that's who I want to reach. We were in Australia visiting our eldest daughter who lives down there with her wonderful husband and our two gigantic grandsons. I mean, seriously, 6'7", 6'10", amazing. They're huge. And the 6'10" is still growing. But at the time, I was really just angry with what was going on in this country, just frustrated. And I wanted to write a song about it, so I got out some paper and I started writing down ideas. I filled about 3 pages of yellow legal pad and got nowhere. I was just, ugh. And then I had a picture of a guy I know who might be a wonderful guy. I don't know. But I had a sense, you know what I'm saying? And he became my guy that I was writing this for. And so this is for anybody that hates this song. It's called If the Shoe Fits. Where were you when the Me Too movement tried to catch your eye? Were you thinking about your little girl all alone in a world that wants to make her cry? 'Cause if your daughter can't change your heart, if your daughter can't change your heart, my brother, if your daughter can't change your heart, there's something wrong with you. Now don't you know you're everybody's brother and every mother's son? And once you see you're all in this together, well, how you gonna feel about the things we've done? 'Cause if your brother can't change your heart, if your brother can't change your heart, my friend, if your brother can't change your heart, there's something wrong with you. La da 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 da, ah da da da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. While we wallow in our white male privilege, thinking only of ourselves. Well, don't you think it might be time to make some changes? Try to make things better for somebody else. And, well, I know you call yourself a Christian, and I believe you believe. But don't you think that Jesus spoke to you and me when he told us to look after all the least of these? 'Cause if your God can't change your heart, if your Jesus can't change your heart, my brother, if your God can't change your heart, there's something wrong with you. Yeah, if your daughter can't change your heart, if your brother can't change your heart, if your God can't change your heart, there's something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. Thank you. So here's a story for you. Way back in the day. I wrote this song and demoed it on an incredibly cheesy keyboard. And it had to be one of those keyboards that you could play with one finger. You know, you could program it, but do because that's all I can handle. And I ended up with the absolute worst demo ever in history. Swear to God, you know, if we ever have a contest, and I'd love to have such a contest, I guarantee this thing would win hands down. It is the worst ever. But this is back in the day when there was this kind of a neo-folk revival in New York City that gave us Tracy Chapman and Suzanne Vega and Edie Brickell and the Young Bohemians. And one of Eddie Rabbitt's producers decided he wanted to get a piece of this. So he and one of his buddies ran up to New York and scouted around and found this trio called the Washington Squares, who were these 3 folks and who portrayed themselves or presented themselves as beatniks with black suits and skinny black ties and white shirts and berets and sunglasses. And the Squares cut this tune. And about, I don't know how many years go by, and I'm on the internet, and every once in a while and the song did fairly well in this country. Not great, but did fairly well. Did real well in Japan, which is interesting. Go figure. Anyway, I get on the internet one night, and I Googled the Washington Squares just to see what was what. And one of the folks in the band was this young lady who was a blogger, and she'd written this very elaborate, wonderful blog all about her adventures with the Squares and recording all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. So I got her name, and I tracked her down on the internet, on Facebook, and I sent her a message, and I said, listen, thank you so much for recording that song. You know, that was just such an amazing boost to my self-esteem and my self-confidence, and, you know, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You misspelled my name horrifically on the album. But that's okay, because my whole life long, people have misspelled my name horrifically. And ASCAP, God bless them, did not misspell my name. And they sent me plenty of money, and it was great. So anyway, she writes me back this wonderful letter about, wow, nice to hear from you. We love the song, blah, 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 blah. Did you get your Grammy nomination? And I said, what? She said, did you get your Grammy nomination? I said, what are you talking about? She said, dude, you got a Grammy nomination for that song. But don't worry, I'll take care of it. And she did. And so here's the song. Oh, I gotta put this thing on here so it's a little bit higher. It's been interesting. When I started writing songs back before there was dirt or dinosaurs or anything, I did everything in A because I could sing that. That's pretty much where my range was. Then I got a little older and it went down to G, and then it got a little older and it went down to, now I'm down to E, and that's fading away on me too. But you know, it is what it is. You know, speaking of six strings, apparently I didn't know that the Squares had cut this thing until like 2 weeks after the Squares had been here in Columbus doing a six-string concert, which I didn't know a thing about. But you remember this? It's amazing, isn't that? Incredible. The world is an amazing place. They got the system, and you're out on your own. They got ways to make it seem like they're right, and you're always wrong. They got the power of the press behind them. They control what enters in your mind, and they can let your lonely heart sink like a stone. But you are not alone. Oh, you're not alone. There are so many of us walking around here carrying their scars. And we know just what it feels like when the times are hard. We got the numbers, we just need to organize. And if you feel your spirit, I don't know the next line, but that's okay. If you feel your spirit sinking, grab the phone. 'Cause you are not alone. Oh, you're not alone. Oh, you know you're not alone. Oh, you're not alone. And it's ironic if you think about it. They're just people too. And they don't know it, but the time's gonna come when the system's gonna do them like they're doing you. And you are not alone. Oh, you know you're not alone. Oh, you're not alone. You must admit it's an education. It's just hard on a young one's dreams. It's no picnic finding out that folks you trusted, well, they're not quite what they seem. Now you know it, don't you let your anger burn. Chalk it up to just another lesson learned. Rise above it and remember everywhere you go that you are not alone. Oh, you're not alone. Oh, you know you're not alone. Oh, you're not alone. Thank you. Got to tell you, we got some people in this crowd here tonight that I admire and respect and love and treasure. First of all, we got Mr. Eric Nestor back there from Songs at the Center. Old friend of mine. We've been banging around in this business for a long. Well, speak for yourself, partner. Parker and I were talking earlier about how we ain't getting any younger. We also got Mr. Keith Larson back there, who I think is the best songwriter on the planet. I mean, you know, I've been lucky enough to write with some Hall of Fame songwriters, and he's better than they are. Serious? Yeah, Keith, don't give me that stuff. Anyway, Keith is one of these wonderful people because he actually works at his songs. I mean, he works hard. He works his butt off on every word. I would love to look you in the eye and be able to tell you that I do the same. I do not. I tell people I don't write them, I just write them down. You know, stuff shows up, and I'm so grateful. But I'd be lying to you if I said I worked at this stuff. And did you ever have that experience where you know you're going to sneeze and you're in the middle of a conversation with people and you got to say, wait, because you're going to, anybody? Okay, thank you, there you go, represent. I get that way about songs. Sometimes I can tell one's coming. And it's like, and luckily, Sid is so wonderful because we've been down this road enough that she knows that if I just make a little gesture, she'll get out something to write with, something to write on, and boom, I can just, you know, as fast as I can recite it, she'll write it down. And this was the first of those songs that just astounded me, that it just showed up, boom. We were coming back from the beach in North Carolina. We're coming across Virginia on I-64. And I-64 is beautiful, but it's the same as every other highway. You know, it's green, it's got lines, it's got signs. You know, it's any old highway on the eastern half of America. And this song shows up, and I really wasn't paying attention to the fact that I'm driving right through the heart of the Civil War. And this song shows up, and it was like clearly a Civil War song. I mean, and I knew enough about the Civil War to know the blue guys won and the gray guys lost, and we freed the slaves, and that was about it. And I played it for a friend of mine who's an honest-to-God historian, and he goes, man, that's about Sherman's March to the Sea. And I go, okay. It seems that William Tecumseh Sherman from Dayton, Ohio, went town to town to town, including our little hometown, Delaware, Ohio, and he'd round up all these young men in the town square, and he'd encourage them to join his army. And he'd basically tell them that it was going to be a very short war, and a couple of weeks, no big deal. You'll go, you'll have some battles, you'll come back, you'll be covered in glory, and the women will go crazy over you. And as some of you probably have figured out, if you tell 20-year-old young men that women are going to go crazy, they will do anything. And so Sherman ends up with this army. And Sherman, not being stupid, figured out that if he could deprive the Confederate forces of food, that would make a difference. So he decided to cut across Georgia and just go from farm to farm to farm to farm. Excuse me, ma'am, we need you to vacate the premises. We're going to burn your house. We're going to burn your barn. We're going to burn all your fields. We're going to slaughter your animals. Sorry about your luck. And they would, and then they go to the next house. And then the next, and then the next, and the displaced people would follow, and they would say things that weren't very complimentary. And you know, if you were promised glory, this ain't glorious. And I just wonder what tortured soul chose my car as I'm driving across Virginia to drop in and dump this thing in my lap. You know, I mean, I'm thrilled he did, but boy, you know. Anyway, it's called Damn Yankees. The other night on the picket line, I found a former friend of mine wrapped in rebel gray. Not a lot to say, but he was face down in the mud, drowned in his blood. When our orders filtered down to burn old Georgia to the ground, it didn't make much sense. There would be no defense. Oh, but we would hear their women cry and see the hatred in their eyes. Damn Yankees, what their women yell. Damn Yankees, I feel condemned to hell. Damn Yankees, it's what somebody said. Damn Yankees, I wish I was dead. We all stood in the courthouse square and heard the war had ended there. They piled their weapons 'neath a tree. But when I saw their General Lee wrapped in his sad nobility, I lost my taste for victory. Damn Yankees, what their women yell. Damn Yankees, I feel condemned to hell. Damn Yankees, it's what somebody said. Damn Yankees, I wish I was dead. Well, that was 1865. I was glad to leave the war alive. I took my family west, looking for a place to rest, oh, knowing there's nowhere to run where I can hide from what we've done. Damn Yankees, what their women yell. Damn Yankees, I feel condemned to hell. Damn Yankees, it makes my blood run cold. Damn Yankees, just doing what we're told. Thank you. We're all farm boys, burning farms that look just like theirs and displacing all these people that look like their cousins and family, and God, it had to stink. Now for a happier song. This is another one that just showed up. It's a phenomenon that just blows my mind. When our granddaughter, Amani Rain, was born, we were overjoyed, needless to say, and we went down and saw her right away. It was great. And a week later, we went down to their farm in Meigs County. And she was a week old, and I don't know why everybody did this to me, but they put that poor child on my chest and wrapped about 800 yards of fabric around me and Amani, and off she and I went to meet all the animals on the farm. And so, we're out there looking at the goats and looking at the chickens and get that sense that a song's coming again. So I hustled back to the house, and Sid's sitting out in the backyard, and I made a little sign, and she immediately gets something to write with and something to write on. And I tell her the first verse and the chorus, and Amani and I go off to look at the, meet the mule and meet the bull, and come back and do the next verse and go out some more animals. And in no time, we had a song. And Miss Amani Rain now is about to be a sophomore in high school, and she is so beautiful, it's just ridiculous. And she's beautiful inside and out. But this is her song, and she knows it, and I know it, and God knows it, and it's called Someday. Well, someday you'll be big and I'll be small. And someday, well, I won't know nothing and you'll know it all. But I'll be the happiest man around if you love me then like I love you now. And someday I'll be listening to you sing. And someday, well, you'll be in charge of everything. And I'll be the happiest man around if you love me then like I love you now. And I can see my grandma's smiling face and feel my mama's warm embrace and hear my brothers and my sister laugh. And watch my babies grow. Someday you'll be saying that it's time for bed. Someday, as you kiss me on my sleepy head. And I'll be the happiest man around if you love me then like I love you now. And someday you'll be here and I'll be gone. And someday, well, you'll be singing some beautiful child of this song. and I'll still be the happiest man around. If you love me then like I love you now. Yes, I'll still be the happiest man around. If you love me then like I love you now. And someday you'll be big and I'll be small. Thank you. So I know a bunch of you got to say hi to Ruby, our little dog. I used to have great ambitions when I was young. I was going to be a famous something or other. But ever since Ruby showed up, I decided what I really want to do with my life is be the guy that's walking the dog around the block with his beautiful wife. And I decided that's pretty much captures it all for me. Huh. Huh. The cups and plates and bowls are chipped. Fabric on the couch is ripped, but everything still works just fine, showing its age. That's all right. Just like us, it's plain to see. We're walking slow, but happily, with our sweet dog, my girl and me, slowly going home. The car we drive is 13 years old, still running like a top. It's like it's in a race with us to see who's first to stop. And I don't care who wins in time, long as her hand is still in mine, with our sweet dog, my girl and me, slowly going home. Going home, and with every step, we get a little closer. Going home, still enjoying every minute of each day. Hand in hand, we're happily talking about our family, with our sweet dog, my girl and me, slowly going home. Going home, and I hope we go together when we go. Going home, 'cause that way neither one of us will ever be alone. We have done so well so far, so we'll just leave things as they are, with our sweet dog, my girl and me, slowly going home. With our sweet dog, my girl and me, slowly going home. Going home. Thank you. It's okay, we're going to wrap this up now, and we're going to do a song y'all can sing, because I know that's kind of what people do with these things. We were in Australia not that long ago, and Sid's at one end of the house reading, and I'm at the other end of the house playing my guitar, and she comes bopping on down the hallway, bops into the bedroom and says, "Hey, you want to hear a great line?" And I think every songwriter is a sucker for a great line. You know, it's just like, oh yeah, do it. She says, this is from a guy named Rumi, who was a 14th century Persian poet philosopher. He says in this poem here, he says, we are all just walking each other home. And I thought, man, that's a good one. So I stole it. And that's all you have to sing. It's just, we are all just walking each other home. And I want to thank you all for walking me home tonight. I'm grateful. I'm very, very grateful. Thanks, Parker. We are all just walking each other home. We are all just walking each other home. Young and old, rich and poor. Well, there's just one destination we're all headed for, and it don't matter who you've known. We are all just walking each other home. Yeah, we are all just walking each other home. We are all just walking each other home. Brown and yellow, black and white, in the middle of the morning or in the darkest night, and it don't matter where you've gone. We are all just walking each other home. And with all the ones we've loved who went before, and with all those precious little ones whom we adore, and with all the many millions that we may never know, we are all just walking each other home. Last chance. We are all just walking each other home. We are all just walking each other home. Yeah, we are all just walking each other home. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all are very kind.
All right. Thank you all again for coming out to the library for another Third Thursday concert. I just want to say thank you again. Let's give it up for Jasey Schnaars again. That was a wonderful first set. And another big thank you to our host, Parker MacDonell. Parker has just been a great partner to work with, kicking off this series earlier this year. And it's just been a wonderful monthly concert series. So we look forward to many more. I left my notes, so hold on one second. The next Third Thursday is September 17th, so we would love to see you back in a month. And the guest artist in September is Kevin Ashba, so we'd love to see you back here. Parker has been using his original songs, voice, and acoustic guitar to communicate with audiences for years. A veteran of the Los Angeles club scene, he picked up a bushel of stories by playing bass for Chuck Berry and Bo Diddley during his California stint. So be sure to bug him about those. Yes. He has released 4 recordings: Miracle on Broad Street with Matt Munhall, The Present Tense, Looking for You, and Home to the Heart. And some of those are for sale in the back. So if you get a chance after Parker's set, feel free to browse some of his music in the back. Please join me in welcoming Parker MacDonell.
Thank you. Thanks, Jasey. It was great. I gotta write a little harder. You ought to be sitting here across the table. There's an empty chair where you used to be. Lord, I miss you tonight. I just want to separate the fact from the fable. Did you stumble? Did you lose your mind? Oh, there's something ain't right. You're back again. I need you here beside me. Don't go away. I need your love to guide me through the day. I'll be looking for you in everything that I do. I'll be waiting for you to shine through. I'll be looking to see what you want me to see. I got nothing but time. I'll be looking for you. I used to believe I'll never see you again. Yes, you've flown away a time or two, but you've always come back to me. You said you'd be here around 9:45. Now I'm waiting for the phone to ring. Tell me, where can you be? Come back again. I need you here beside me. Don't go away. I need your love to guide me through the day. I'll be looking for you in everything that I do. I'll be waiting for you to shine through. I'll be looking to see what you want me to see. I got nothing but time. I'll be looking for you. I'll be looking for you in everything that I do. I'll be waiting for you to shine through. I'll be looking to see what you want me to see. I got nothing but time. I'll be looking for you in everything that I do. I'll be waiting for you to shine through. I'll be looking to see what you want me to see. I got nothing but time. I'll be looking for you. Thank you. Everybody remembers their first babysitting assignment, right? For some people, it comes earlier in lives than for others. And for me, it didn't happen until I was about 24, 25 years old. Went to visit these college friends of mine in Philadelphia. And they had gotten married like the week after we graduated from college. And they got jobs, they got graduate degrees. And they had a baby girl. And I showed up right after she was born, and let me just say that they looked a little stressed out. Imagine that. So I thought, I'm going to do my friends a favor. I offered to go to watch the baby while they went and got a pizza, and they were out of there in about 5 minutes. And so there's Christina staring at me. Can't say anything, and and then pretty soon she figured out that her mom had left, and she started crying. And what a sound that was. And so I tried everything I could to get her to stop from crying. I talked to her. I gave her some Cheetos. That didn't work because she didn't have teeth. And finally, I was desperate, and I pulled out my guitar and just started making something up. And she stopped crying, and I kept playing, and my buddy Severin Brown helped me finish this song when I got back to LA, and I'd like to play it for you now. It's called Christina's Lullaby. Sit down here beside me, smile at me again. You're so lovely, Christina, I want to know where you've been. First your face is angry, like you've really known some pain. Then all at once you're laughing, it's the sound of a soft refrain. Though you're only a few days old, there's so much in your eyes. Christina, you enchantress, you've given me reason to sing. Christina, don't be restless. Well, I'll sing you to sleep, and I'll pray your soul will keep. Mother's been a friend of mine for more than just a while. You'll have all of her beauty, I can see it in your smile. Your father has a gentle heart, he's loving and he's true. You couldn't ask for a better home than the one they've made for you. Though you're only a few days old, there's so much in your eyes. Christina, you enchantress, you've given me reason to sing. Christina, don't be restless. Well, I'll sing you to sleep, and I'll pray your soul will keep. Christina, you enchantress, you've given me reason to sing. Christina, don't be restless. Well, I'll sing you to sleep, and I'll pray your soul will keep. Christina, you enchantress, you've given me reason to sing. Christina, don't be restless. Well, I'll sing you to sleep, and I'll pray your soul will keep. Thanks. Just to show you how old that song is, Christina's 46 now. She's married. She's an OBGYN in Hartford, Connecticut. She's got 3 beautiful girls of her own. I think one of them's getting ready to go to college. And one of them's probably going to be president of the United States someday. Well, one of the fun things about being a songwriter is going to or maybe performing at a thing called an open mic night. Anybody ever been to an open mic? Jasey has it, yeah. Well, this is a song about an open mic. Michael always signs up every Thursday. He wants to sing here in the worst way, and that's just what he does with his guitar. I'm glad he's not ashamed to share his feelings, but his songs are too revealing. It's pure torture to sit through his repertoire. Open mic, writes the songs that no one likes, and his stories just go on and on and on. We came here to hear our friends, but his confessions never end. It's just another long, long night of open mic. He'll tell you all about his operation, tax return and Iowa vacation, as he struggles through his weekly sing-along. He doesn't care about rhythm or meter or time. It doesn't matter if the words don't match, as long as he can spill his guts out in a song. Open mic, writes the songs that no one likes, and his stories just go on and on and on. We came here to hear our friends, but his confessions never end. It's just another long, long night of open mic. One night he caught us laughing, and as he headed for the door, he said, "Now you won't have Mike McMichaels to kick around anymore." Michael disappeared for a month of Sundays, and then he just showed up one day. We all felt real bad for what we'd done. He played a new song about the music business and a darn good song about forgiveness, a third song that went straight to #1. Open mic, wrote a song that millions liked. Now his royalties go on and on and on and on and on. We'd been laughing with our friends, but the last laugh in the end will be the copyright of open mic. Thank you. How I wish I'd written that song, but I didn't. It was written by a couple great songwriters named Don Henry and Craig Carruthers, and you may have, huh? Say again? You knew that? You can tell that was, we've had Craig Carruthers at 6-string concerts a number of times. What's the first 6-string concert, Kim? Can you tell us a little bit about it? Yeah, the season. May Erlewine in the date is September 19th, tickets on sale. And first time in Columbus. If you haven't been to a 6-string concert, it's a cool thing. And they happened at the auditorium at CCAD, which is a very cool place to go. When you came into my life again, I could hear that song from way back when. My little girl's grown up, I see. What kind of father will I be? I can't trust what I can't hold. I might die before I get old. When I had the choice between more or less, I never trusted happiness. blown by the wind of a long lost song. This world and I can't get along. I've been on top and I've been laid low. Got my hand on the bottle and I can't let go. I can't trust what I can't hold. I might die before I get old. When I have the choice between more or less, I never trusted happiness. Now you're gone again on a wicked wind up into the Texas sky. I know you'll not be back again. I don't know why. If you can't trust what you can't hold, you might die before you get old. If you have the choice between more or less, I hope you will trust happiness. I hope you will trust happiness. I never trusted happiness. Now, just in case you think that every song comes directly out of the songwriter's own experiences, that one did not. It came out of a movie called Tender Mercies starring Robert Duvall. Anybody ever seen that movie? I mean, it's just the greatest movie. Robert Duvall plays this broken down country songwriter who gets back up on his feet due to the love of a great woman. It looks like things are going well. He gets back in touch with his daughter, from whom he's been estranged, and she's a country singer and a rising star country singer, and then something happens and his world crashes it down on him again, and we see this scene where he's out scratching the gravel around in the parking lot of his little 4-unit hotel on a roadside in West Texas, and his buddy drives up in a car and it skids to a halt in the gravel, and the guy leans out his window and says, "How you doing, Robert?" And he says, "I never trusted happiness." And I thought, now that is a song. And so now it is. And it's going to be on my new record. It's going to be on the new record, and Craig Carruthers produced it, and it sounds like a spaghetti western kind of song now. It's got a bullwhip and horns. It's got everything but a glockenspiel, really, is what it's got. Okay. Damascus, Bell Fountain, Russia, Toledo, Warsaw, New Vienna, Milan, Shiloh, Berlin, New Bremen, Ottawa, Dresden, Hanover, Dover, Batavia, Holland, New Paris, Rio Grande, East Sparta, New London, Antwerp, Poland, Dublin, Manchester, London, New Vienna, Oxford, East Sparta, Plymouth, Xenia, Rome, Ghent, Troy, Bath, Fiddler's Green, East Palestine, Man of Steel, Hell is Real, Geneva, Genoa, Sheffield, New Athens, Milan, Strasbourg, Calcutta, Etna, Berlin, that's it. Toronto, Hebron, Cadiz, Lisbon, Venice, Carolina, Ohio. Yes, it's true. That was an easy one to write. Pull out the map. Hey, take some cookies. Okay. Well, we're lucky to have Keith Larson in the house tonight. And Keith and I co-wrote this next song. It's going to be the title song of the record. But before we play the song, I want to thank Tracy Larson, who's here tonight, for designing the logo for Third Thursday Concerts. Tracy. All right. When solid ground turns to sinking sand, half your heart slips right through your hand. Words don't work and touch turns cold. They're loading up your boxes and the sign says sold. What I've learned is people change. You might give your best, but it's too late. No stones to throw, just pages turn. You can work your way through the deepest ache in my years. That's what I've learned. On a quiet street in another town like Bexley, the air is clear and you settle down. Fresh coat of paint on your new front door. The picture window wonders what you're looking for. What I've learned is people change. You might give your best, but it's too late. No answers yet, no pages turn. You can work your way through the deepest ache in my years. That's what I've learned. When a simple smile lights a spark and cracks the walls around your heart. What I've learned, your heart can change. Give your best, it's not too late. You can look ahead while the pages turn and find your way through the deepest ache in my years. That's what I've learned in my years. That's what I've learned. Thank you. Now that song on the record, because I got it going through my head now, I can't wait for you to hear it. That song turned into kind of a gospel song. Keith, I hope you like it when you hear it. I mean, I totally lost control of the whole process, so. But that's okay, because my dad used to say, if you hire someone to do a job and you don't like the job they did, then why did you hire them in the first place? You know, it's, well, that didn't come out exactly right, but you know what I'm saying. So in the introduction that Zach gave, he alluded to my very short time playing bass with Chuck Berry and Bo Diddley. I guess it's true that we all get our 15 minutes of fame, and I didn't realize that I was going to get mine when I was 23 years old, but that's what happened. I was in this band in LA, and we got the assignment of backing those two guys up whenever they played in California, because, see, they didn't travel with their own backup bands back then. They were 50s rock stars. This was the late 70s, and so if you booked Chuck Berry or Bo Diddley to do a concert, you not only had to get the sound and lights and the performance hall and the ticket takers and all the other stuff, but you had to hire a local rock band to be their backup band, which they would then seriously underpay to get back at the man for screwing them for so many years. So the first time, there's KB Jones, the first time that we played with Chuck Berry was at a place called Knott's Berry Farm. Everybody ever been to Knott's Berry Farm? They have great jam. And get it? And we were told by Chuck Berry's agent that we were not going to get to rehearse with him, that what we needed to do was to learn all the songs from his greatest hits record and be ready to rock. I swear that's what the guy says, be ready to rock. If you guys can't do that, you shouldn't be playing with him. I said, we can do that. So we showed up at the gig about 5 hours early because, this is a 2,000-seat auditorium. The night before, we'd been playing this club in Pasadena that seated maybe 50 people. So it was a bit of a jump for us, but we were young, we were naive, we were overconfident. And so we thought for sure he's going to show up and rehearse with us or do a sound check or something. And he didn't show up, and so about 5 minutes till 8, the crowd is out there chanting, Chuck, Chuck, Chuck. And so we get out there on stage and hope that Chuck, and about 2 minutes later, he shows up in the back, he pulls out his guitar, plugs it in, turns the microphone off, turns his mic stand around so he's facing us. Now the curtain is still down, and he plays this skanky sounding chord on his guitar. It was barely in tune, and he looks at us and says, "Have I ever played with you guys before?" And we said, "No, sir, Mr. Berry, we have never." He goes, "Okay, look, it's really simple. You watch my right foot, and when I put my foot down, or when I pick my right foot up, that's when you start playing. And when I put my foot down, that's when you stop. You guys got it? Okay, I want you to stay loose and play tight." Stay loose and play tight. That's the name of my blog. And because why not steal it? He's dead. And so he starts playing Johnny Be Good with his back to the audience. The curtain goes up, and we start playing along with him. There's only one small problem. We were told to learn the songs on the record. In the record, he plays the song in the key of B flat. But by the time this concert takes place, he's an old man. He's like 54 years old or something. And he's decided that to make it easier on his vocalizing, he's going to play the song in a different key that's lower. So he's playing in A flat, we're playing in B flat, and it sounded like one of those 20th century modern American compositions by Charles Ives. But we finally got in tune with him, and the crowd didn't care. They were going nuts. This was Chuck Berry. They put his music on the Voyager spacecraft, for God's sake. So he plays 2 more songs with his back to the audience, and he turns his mic around and says, "Thank you. With your permission, that concludes our rehearsal, and we will now begin our performance." So I'd like to play a little Chuck Berry song in awe. Left my home in Norfolk, Virginia, California on my mind. I straddled that Greyhound and rode it into Raleigh and down across Carolina. We stopped in Charlotte, but we bypassed Rock Hill. We never was a minute late. We was 90 miles out of Atlanta by sundown, rolling out of Georgia State. We had some motor trouble, it turned into a struggle halfway across Alabama. And that hound broke down and left us all stranded in downtown Birmingham. Right away I bought me a through train ticket right across the Mississippi clean. And I was on that midnight flyer out of Birmingham, smoking into New Orleans. Someone's gotta help me get out of Louisiana, just to help me get to Houston town. But got an uncle there who seems to care a little about me, and he won't let the poor boy down. Sure as you're born, well, he bought me a silk suit, put some luggage in my hand. And I woke up high over Albuquerque on a jet to the promised land. Working on a T-bone steak, a la carte, flying over to the Golden State. When that pilot said that in 13 minutes he would have us at the terminal gate. Swing low, chariot, come down easy, taxi to the terminal dome. Cut your engines, cool your wings, and let me make it to the telephone. Los Angeles, give me Norfolk, Virginia, Tidewater, 41009. Tell the folks back home this is the promised land calling, the poor boy is on the line. I got other stories about Chuck Berry, but not if there are children in the room. He, well, you could look up his police record. And look, I mean, he invented rock and roll. He took the storytelling from country music and R&B rhythm from rhythm and blues, and he melded them together. John Lennon even said, if you wanted another name for rock and roll, it would be Chuck Berry. Okay. I thought I knew you more than I knew you when we stood there and said, I do. I thought forever meant you would never tell me that we were through. We had some good times, then a few not so bad times, and fumbled our way through them all. Yes, I thought I knew you more than I knew you. I guess I was wrong after all. I thought you knew me more than you knew me, but I know now you never knew that I'd never hurt you, I'd do anything for you, and you'd believe these words to be true. See, I thought you knew me more than you knew me, back when we were still in the thrall. Now you'll never know me, and I'll never know you. I guess I was wrong after all. Change is in the air. To everything there is a season. So I go with the drift of things and yield with grace to reason. We had our springtime, we had our summer, but we never quite made it to fall. We had some good times, so until the bell chimes, let's toast to the after all. Let's toast to the after all. Thank you. I mean, why go to the expense of a divorce if you don't get at least one song out of it? That's what I say. Anybody ever, if you live up on the northwest side of town and you come downtown for work or for play, you wind up coming down 315. Maybe you go east on 670 and get off on the 3rd Street exit and go ripping down 3rd Street to try to make the light at Broad Street so you can turn left and go to your club, do some kind of a business deal. And when you do that, you go past the law of life. There he comes, gliding his way down 3rd Street. Takes a left while he's talking on his phone. He never even saw me as I stepped off the curb. Folks like him live in a world of their own. He don't care about a guy like me, or if I've got enough to eat. He won't be alone tonight. He's got a family at home. He might meet again, it's hard to tell, at the kingdom of heaven or the gates of hell, where no one goes for a visit. Like Lazarus at the rich man's gate, all that I can do is wait. It's just a story, or is it? There's that guy again, panhandling Broad Street. I guess the shelter stopped taking him in. I can't stop now, I got a deal to get done. And he probably turns his food stamps into cigarettes and gin. He could have turned out just like me in that land of opportunity. I can't help him now, or maybe I've forgotten how. We might meet again, it's hard to tell, the kingdom of heaven or the gates of hell, where no one goes for a visit. Is that Lazarus at my front gate? Maybe this deal's gonna have to wait. It's just a story, or is it? Here's a vision for my brothers to see. My indifference could have cost me eternity. We might meet again, it's hard to tell, at the kingdom of heaven or the gates of hell, where no one goes for a visit. I've seen Lazarus at my front gate, so many times I've made him wait. It's just a story, or is it? It's just a story, an ancient story. It's just a story, or is it? That song was inspired by a sermon from Amy Miracle at the Broad Street Presbyterian Church. She is quite something. We made a record of a bunch of those songs, and it's called Miracle on Broad Street. Get it? Yeah. Well, we're getting close to the end here. Oh, geez. This is pretty serious. A couple pretty serious songs here. I wrote a song for my dad, and I grew up in Lima, Ohio. Anybody ever been to Lima? It was 9 o'clock, bedtime in the sergeant's house. Lights out, he said. From the top of the stairs, I could hear him coming up. You'd better be in bed. Stood there with his arms akimbo, waiting for my words, said just so. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, a boy can sure go on and on. I said prayers for my father. We said thanks for another day. As the glow from the refinery across his bed did play. We thank God for work and for our rest, and for the ones we love the best. I said prayers for my father every day. When I grew up, surely turned into a man. Slow down, he said. You may be ready to go, but show me that you got a plan. Please, son, use your head. Sat there with his arms akimbo, showed me how a father lets go. I will always care for you. Now do what you are meant to do. I said prayers for my father. We said thanks for another day. As I looked into the future and he watched me fly away. We thank God for work and for our rest, and for the ones we love the best. I said prayers for my father on that day. Now it's 3 a.m. in a room that knows no time. I hold his hand. At the end of his bed sit the pictures of the kids. Not the Christmas he'd planned. Lies there with his arms akimbo, waiting for my words said just so. I think I've told you this before. I love you, that's all, no more. I say prayers for my father. I say thanks for another day. As the glow from the machinery across his face does play. I thank God for life and for his breath, and for the strength to turn back death. I say prayers for my father in my own way. I think about the lessons I have taught my son, and hope that he remembers them, especially one. To say prayers for his father, to to say thanks for another day, as the light of pure forgiveness across his life does play. To say thanks to God for family, and to give his own a giving tree, and say prayers for his father every day. Prayers for his father every day. Thank you. Now, not to burst your illusions about that song, but he actually lived that time, and I played the song for him, and he refused to admit that the song was about him. He was just that kind of a guy. I realized I picked some kind of somber songs here, but really. So thanks for going along on the trip with me. However, this last one is not a somber song. I want to thank Zach for hosting us all here tonight at the Bexley Public Library. Let's thank Bexley native Kim Rice Wilson and Six String Concerts for co-sponsoring this, or sponsoring. Next third Thursday concert will be right here. I had September 17th written down, but it's the third Thursday of the month, so forget about the date, just look at the calendar. Kevin Ashbaugh is a very talented singer-songwriter and keyboard player, and he's from my hometown of Lima. And he's going to play in my band when I do a CD release party later this fall. I've got a concert at Natalie's on September 30th with Keith Larson, who's here tonight, and a friend of mine from California, Dave Shields, that I wrote songs with and played with when I was young and thin. We were in the Chuck Berry band together. If you come to the show on September 30th, you can hear his version of that story, that long story that I told you a minute ago. I do have a mailing list. I know it's old-fashioned, but at some point I'm going to get a website up and running. But if you'd like to know more about where my friends and I are performing, sign up on the mailing list. And I want to, again, and thank my colleague, the associate producer of Third Thursday Concerts. Can I say your name? Okay. Audrey. I won't give your last name. That's better. Audrey, thank you for being here and helping me tonight and helping all of us. Anybody believe that Elvis is still alive? I think so. Well, I walk up to the mic and then I shake my hip, take a deep breath and put a sneer on my lip. See me on the street, you wouldn't know my name, but imitating Elvis is my claim to fame. So when they put my imitation name in lights, there'll be imitation good rockin' tonight. Cause I'm an Elvis imitator, I just can't stop imitating Elvis from the bottom to the top. I can imitate the way he walked, the way he smiled, throw away my scarf and make the crowd go wild. Well, imitation Elvis may not be the king, baby, it's the next best thing. Singing Viva Las Vegas, the GI Blues. Won't you love my tender in my blue suede shoes? Let me be your teddy bear, cause you're too much. Baby, please surrender, cause I need your touch. And if you're feeling lonely, need a place to dwell, come on down to Imitation Heartbreak Hotel. I'm an Elvis imitator, I just can't stop imitating Elvis from the bottom to the top. I can imitate the way he walked, the way he smiled, throw away my scarf and make the crowd go wild. Well, imitation Elvis may not be the king, baby, it's the next best thing. Gonna rock imitation. I'm gonna rock. Help me out now. Come on, clap your hands. You can do it. It'll warm them up. In my gold lame cape, my sequin suit, my pompadour haircut and my high-heeled boot. Imitating Elvis is the only way that I can make it through my imitation day. Oh, this rockin' music can't be denied. I was imitating him before he died. I'm an Elvis imitator. I just can't stop. Well, I can imitate the way he walked, the way he smiled. Throw away my scarf and make the crowd go wild. Well, imitation Elvis may not be the king. Baby, it's the next best thing. I said, baby, I'm the next best thing. Thank you very much. Good night, see you next month. Thanks for coming.